I'll introduce myself. My name is Terry Dew. I'm 30 years old. I was born in Smithers, British Columbia, but I was raised most of my childhood in Hazelton, British Columbia, which is an hour away. I got into b-boying, into breaking in grade 10, I believe. I was about 16. A good friend of mine, one of my best friends actually, Mike Wesley, he was taking workshops or drop-ins from B-Boy Contact. His name was Jesse from Common Ground B-Boys from Toronto. He was in a community due to a program called KrudicFilms&Media. So Mike and some of the homies were taking workshops from Jesse, and one day Mike decided to, he met up with me in the hallway, and he asked me, hey, let's come over here. Called me over. I walked up. We turned a corner. He just says, check this out. He busts out a turtle freeze, and I was just captivated, right then and right there. I just didn't know what to do. I was just so, wow, incredible. What is this? How are you holding yourself up with two hands in the air? And it's not a handstand, your body's parallel to the floor. So right there, I was like, I want to do this. When I finished high school, I moved to Ontario. When I was in Ontario, I came across two individuals, Umraj and Calvin, who pretty much introduced me to my first B-Boy jam, my first competition where I saw, 2-on-2s battle out, crew battle out. It was the first time I also saw rivalries and beef. There was some heat and tension in the gym, where I saw, a few fist fights, which was pretty intense. But that was the real deal. It was so raw that, again, it felt like it was the first day for me again. It felt like, wow, I want to know why this is so hardcore. Again, I was captivated. After moving around, doing my travels in KrudicFilms&Media and going to Ontario, I moved to New Brunswick, where I've been here for about 10-11 years now. I teach for multiple schools. I have my own students. I volunteer. I work with youth at risk, and which leads me to your question: why focus on the youth? I want to focus on the youth because my personal belief, and again, this comes from personal experience. I used to be a troubled youth. I used to, have hard times where I would, steal, break and enters, do stupid things, and because of that, I know how it is to not have support or a role model. At the time, I didn't really have the support I needed at home, so I felt being with friends and being able to do all these negative things would be another way to enjoy myself. But I was totally wrong, right? So having the opportunity to work with youth now, it is a game changer. If I see a youth in trouble, or he or she going through some bad times, I want to be able to walk up and make that person realize, hey, there is a brighter day. This isn't anything. Like, really, there's always worse, and make them realize and really pick them up. If we can inspire and work with the youth then and there at a young age, hey, then that means they can blossom in the right way. Maybe just a guidance, really, right? Blossom in a better environment. So I enjoy working with youth due to the fact that I know that I have the ability to change, or hopefully to motivate their way of thinking. I want to make them a better person because I don't want them to end up like me when I was growing up. Luckily, b-boying taught me the right way, and being able to travel and battle and meet all these people, they encouraged me and actually motivated me, inspired me to become a better individual. That's why told many people, b-boying has taught me more about myself than school, in a sense. So I give it up to this culture. This culture is like straight, it's real. And people who think this is just a trick or, isn't real dancing, like, man, you don't know. You don't know unless you're in my shoe. So yeah, I ain't even gonna go any further, but yeah, that's what I think. What does this dance means to me? This dance means a spiritual release. In 3 words, if I can sum it up, that's it: a spiritual release. When I have issues at work, or I'm stressed, or my 9 to 5 isn't doing so well, or I just feel like I'm having a bad day, it tempers, I don't know, something, I just need to let that energy go. And the best way is, if I don't know how, is I run. If I don't know anything else to do and I come down to it, is I run. I go for a run. If I can't run, I dance. But most of the time, I dance. I feel like it's about the same thing, I get my workout, but at the same time, I get emotional over it. So the dance to me is a type of meditation, yet medicine for the soul. I feel like it nurtures me and it makes me feel better. I feel relaxed when I finish dancing. I feel good when I put my emotion and my anger on the floor, or even when I'm happy I still dance. It just makes me feel complete. I feel life should be about being able to be as happy as you can, the fullest, that inner peace, to find that peaceful place or state of mind to the fullest. I feel like that is like why we live. We always want to be happy to the point where it's just you're complete. And when I'm dancing, I know it may sound crazy, but some days I do feel like this is what life should be like. It should be effortless, free. It should be light on your feet, always smiling, like emotional in some sense, but at the same time it feels good. Well, that's what this dance means to me. It's an emotional yet spiritual release. I guess there's another question.